Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have another place looking to limit cruise ships, but not just cruise ships, tourism in general. We have a cruise ship stuck and hasn't been able to move in about 4 days now. We also have, of course, Greece planning a new tax for just 2 of the cruise ports, but it's a pretty hefty tax. We have a Cornish town that beat out towns the size of Abu Dhabi for tourist spot cruise port of the year from Sea Trade News. And yeah, a couple more stories, including one very exciting Carnival story. First off, let's get that tax out of the way. Greece is now planning to instigate a €20 per passenger tax, but only for Santorini and Mykonos. Only right now those 2 ports, but that is a very hefty tax. Most taxes are in the ranges of $5 to $6. They're going to $20 right away to basically chase away as many cruise ships as they possibly can from those 2 towns, it appears. So yeah, if you're planning on going to Mykonos or Santorini, plan to possibly have that itinerary changed as cruise ships evaluate the cost of a $20 tax per person into their schedule and budgeting into the Mediterranean. So we could see them decide to go to many other places instead of those 2 ports now. Too bad. It's a little sad because those are iconic stops in the Greek port. Speaking of an iconic stop, known as a party town to the billionaires and millionaires, is Ibiza, Spain, a tiny island, all the mega yachts go there and things like that. It's been shown in television shows like Entourage and the movie. It is a party town. It is a highly sought after town for a lot of socialites, etc. Well, cruise ships visit there as well. In fact, last year they had about 550,000 cruise passengers visit the island of Ibiza. Now, the island's only about 21 miles long, and it only houses about 160,000 residences there year-round. But they say that, you know what, tourism is starting to get a little bit out of control. Not just cruise ships, but they're including the ferries that go there, because many people go there from Spain on the ferries, and of course arriving other ways as well. Now, the Council of Mayors for Ibiza has said that, tourism is very important to the island. In fact, not just 10, 20, 30% of the income from the island is tourism. It's about 60% to 66% of the island's income is all from tourism. So they don't want to chase away tourists. They want to plan and structure so it's not like 5 ships arriving in the same day or something along those lines. No talk yet of instigating a tax, so we'll have to see what happens with that. And we also have the Cornish town of Fowey that Tony and I just visited on our recent cruise from Southampton to around to Greenland and Iceland. Well, we stopped there, and it was a beautiful little town, a quaint little town, lots of fishing vessels around and sailboats, beautiful little spot. Well, it just won Sea Cruise Port Destination of the Year from many big places, including places like Abu Dhabi, and this is in the Sea Trade News out there. It also beat a town that's literally about an hour from my house, Kingston, Canada, which I was surprised was in the running as well. But Kingston's a beautiful little town right on the rivers for us, so it makes sense that that might be a pretty good spot. Lots of history there. They have an old fort, they have beautiful dining and old history buildings, etc. So, okay, well, congratulations to Fowey. beautiful little spot to stop in as they won Cruise Port Destination of the Year in Sea Trade News. Next, let's talk about a couple of Carnival issues that are going on. The Carnival Vista, well, she finally got repaired. That's right. She seems to be sailing at full steam now, and hopefully that means no more itinerary changes and destination changes or cutting of cruise time in ports, etc. for that ship. It looks like they taking the week off to get it repaired, it did the trick. So it should be up and running with no issues. Also, Carnival on the same, it just announced a bunch of new sailings for their journeys, which, if you don't know, Carnival Journeys tends to be a little bit longer cruises. So in particular, they announced a couple of cruises for special, like longer destinations and new ports that they might be going to. One that was really intriguing is the Carnival Luminosa, where she is going to be home porting in San Francisco, and she's going to be doing a Trans-Pacific from Australia, going through Fiji and Honolulu, and then coming over to San Francisco. That's like a 22-day cruise in 2026, I believe. And then one that I'm really intrigued with is late September, the Carnival Luminosa will be leaving from the West Coast and going to Japan on an 18-day cruise. I loved my cruise on the Celebrity Millennium when I took it to the Pacific, Trans-Pacific from Canada up there. Absolutely love that cruise, and I'm thinking I would love to do that again. It's been a while since we've gone to Japan, about 5 years now, but it's still fresh in my memory how much I want to go back. So that's a very intriguing cruise to me, and maybe I might just talk Tony into bringing me on a Carnival cruise ship as well. Next, we have a situation where a cruise ship, a Swiss-owned cruise ship, Prestige, is stuck. It is stuck in Vienna. It was stuck over the weekend. It was still stuck on Monday, still stuck on Tuesday, and it's stuck because of the storm that went through Europe. 21 people lost their lives in this storm, a lot of flooding, etc. Well, the rivers are really high. So high, in fact, that this cruise ship cannot make its way through the rivers at all. It can't get under the bridges, and there is no place left for it to go. It's kind of stuck in a location where it can't go one way or the other. It can't get in or out because of the high flood waters right now. Now, the passengers, they're doing fine. They're still on a luxury cruise ship. They got the beautiful food, the supplies are coming in, they get the wine. The only thing is, they're not really going anyplace. They're just stuck there, which is one of the issues of having river cruises. Now, the best time to cruise if you want to avoid the possibility of heavy rains, etc. on a European river cruise is normally between April and September. That's the dry season, of course. That's summer season. That's the time. However, if you get a heat wave come in and you can lose the water level, which can make it hard to transit through some of the rivers, and you can get stuck that way as well. It's kind of like a hit and miss. The ocean isn't going to shrink. That's why ocean cruises don't have that kind of issue, but river cruises definitely do. So if you're planning a river cruise, you don't want to get stuck, can't get under the bridges like this one river cruise. Remember, summer months, that's the time to do it. But still, things can happen. Well, let me know in the comments down below about a river cruise. Do you think summer, or most people think of the Christmas markets, but the rainy season's kind of over by the time the Christmas markets start, so they don't usually have that issue as well. But it's chillier. So I'm curious, which would you rather do? A river cruise for the Christmas markets or a river cruise during the summer? I think they both have their positives and their negatives, but both would be a very fun experience. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.